Hey there guys, welcome to a brand new Q&A. And before we jump into the questions, I want to tell you about an animated channel here on YouTube. It's called Explosum Entertainment. Every week they do rude, crude, outrageous, funny shorts that'll leave you on the floor dying with laughter, figuratively and literally. Anyway, check out this clip. So yeah, if you want to check them out, click the annotation right here down below, subscribe to them, and tell them Johnny the Flickster sent you. They're going to be like, who is that? What is happening? By the way, that animation kind of reminds me of something I used to watch back in the day called Stick Death. Good stuff. That's the good stuff. High quality H2O, straight from a bottle. Anyway guys, got a lot of questions. It's been a few weeks since I've done a Q&A. I've just been busy. I've done other videos, vlogs, and I kind of like to savor the flavor when it comes to the Q&As. It's like a little precious muffin. You put it in your pocket, and one day you pull it out, and you're like, I like you, and you just rip it apart. If you know what movie that was sort of from, let me know down below. So anyway, let's jump into the questions here, but before we do, and since I'm a man of my word, I told anyone who picks up one of my t-shirts on redbubble.com, link down below, all that fun stuff. If you support me, I'll support you right back, and if you guys have any shout-outs, anything you want to say, let me know. I'll show them off for you. So the first guy I want to show off here, this nice young gentleman right here, by the way, he has a samurai sword on his back wall and an Assassin's Creed poster. I want the samurai sword. Anyway, he picked up my Heisenberg Wins t-shirt, if you can see the M80 machine gun there. So anyway, that young man looking me in the eyes all intensely like with that badass t-shirt on is Daniel Christensen. Daniel Christensen. I just said your name weird, I'm sorry. So anyway, buddy, thank you for picking up the shirt. It looks badass on you. And the next one I'm going to show you comes from Squirrel Movie Stash, a fellow YouTuber here, and he picked up the American Psycho t-shirt. I have to return some videotapes. The best excuse ever. You gotta get out of any situation, you say that. And here's his video right here.
Hi, my name's Squirrel. That's a story for a different time. I buy a lot of Blu-rays and other film type stuff. But today, I brought an awesome t-shirt, which you can rock with so many different accessories. Such as the Man. The Batman. Iron Man.
Did you like how I intensely looked up at the wall like there was something right here? Anyway, thank you for picking up the t-shirt. By the way, I like how you have every single movie prop that I already, like, the only thing I don't own that you own is the Thor hammer, which I need. It just feels like something I should have in the house, just in case of emergencies. So anyway, yeah, the American Psycho t-shirt, I think, is probably my favorite t-shirt. That was something I wanted to make for like 5 years, and finally did. Okay, let's jump into your questions. Oh, by the way, Squirrel Movie Stash, link down below. Check his channel out. What are your thoughts about there being an American Psycho musical? I didn't know that was happening, but now I'm very intrigued. I can do 1,000 now. I don't use alcohol because alcohol dries out the skin. It makes you age faster. Sounds good. Don't just look at it, eat it! I'm gonna go audition for that. Hey, Mr. Flick, how are you? What do you think would be the perfect cast for Wonder Woman? In my opinion, she needs to have big tits. That's one major factor. Yeah, as far as Wonder Woman goes, I feel like I'm in the minority here. I don't care. I mean, I've never was all. I mean, I get like how girls might, you know, oh, she's a comic book female superhero. That's cool. I get it. I don't care about the character. I really never have, and I don't think I will. I mean, if they throw her in a Justice League movie, that's fine. It doesn't bother me that she's there. But as far as having a dedicated Wonder Woman movie, I don't care. Yeah. Hey, Johnny Heisenberg, can you do a list of your favorite Breaking Bad moments? Where do I start with that? My favorite one is Walter White loses his shit in the crawl space. That's intense. That'll be me one day underneath my crawl space in my house just crying. Hey, John Connor, who is your favorite actor of all time, and are you planning to get Reservoir Dogs on Blu-ray? I don't know, like, this is one of those movies I watched, I liked it, I don't have any urge to rewatch it over and over again. Hey, Johnny Flickmeister, Meister Flickster, what's your favorite drinking game? I guess the only one I've ever really liked was beer pong. If you want to, yeah. But my problem with beer pong is I'm kind of a germaphobe, and when you take that dirty ass ping pong ball that's fell on the floor and everyone's holding it, because you just know there's guys at that party who don't wash their hands, and they're throwing it back and forth in my cup, I'm like, no. So what I do is if I play, I don't care what's happening, I put water in the cups, and I'll pour a beer every time it's my turn to drink. I'm not drinking out of those nasty cups you just threw that dirty ping pong in. Ping pong ball. By the way, ping pong's fun. I played it last weekend. Hey Flick, what would you do if you were in space? I would float around, and that's pretty much all I could do. You know, space seems like a cool place until you probably get there and you're like, I kind of like gravity. Have you ever got rejected by a girl? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the high school was the time for rejection, and I took full advantage of it. Quite a few times, but a few of them, what you gotta do is you gotta, they're like a piece of beech wood. You gotta keep whittling them down until they turn into something beautiful, and then you win them over. I don't know what kind of metaphor that was, but I think that works. Have you ever had any reoccurring nightmare? I have nightmares where I'm running in place quite often and I can't move. So I know what they mean. I've looked up all the meanings behind dreams, and I'd say, yeah, it makes sense. Which places would you like to visit? Australia? I like to go to like Japan, but only for like an hour. Like I feel like after an hour I'd get hungry and I'm like, I don't want to eat this, and I'd go to like a McDonald's. And then Europe looks pretty cool. I'd like to go backpacking through Europe and end up at a hostel. And then a day later I'm in a chair getting my kidneys cut out by some guy who paid $5,000 to do it. How much money is enough for you? You know, I don't think I'm ever going to be rich in life unless I get lucky and win the lottery, but I don't play the lottery, so that doesn't make much sense. Just enough, enough to do what I want to do. And the thing about my life is I don't have expensive taste. You know, I do like 3 things. I watch movies, I go to the gym, I hang out with friends, and I do some weird things in between. That's it. But those weird things I do in between don't cost much. So as long as I can do all of that and have the time to do what I want to in life, I'm happy. Do you have any target in life? Yeah, kind of, but I'm not really trying to aim for it until I hit about 30. John, here's the bottled water question from Stephen Peters. I mean, if you want to look at plastics, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. These cause cancer. Then again, so does 98% of the things you come in contact with. I have a feeling the cell phone radiation causes more cancer than this water bottle would. John, do you ever look at the amount of subs you have and go, what the fuck more do I have to do? I mean, you're so great. This channel is so great. Thanks, man. YouTube is luck of the draw sometimes. I mean, it just depends. If you look at some of the biggest YouTubers, for the most part, especially vloggers, what they do is they take a topical subject, they talk about it, they go, well, I could do that. Like, I could talk about Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber every other week, and I'd probably obtain more views and subscribers doing that, but just thinking about that sounds like an obligation, and that's not me. And it just sounds tiresome, and that would take the fun out of it. And once you take the fun out of it, it's not worth doing. So, as far as what else do I have to do, I'm content. I like people to find my channel that want stuff like this. I don't know what this stuff is, but I'd rather have quality viewers who find my channel and stick around than kind of grabbing some random person that comes for one video and then never coming back again. What is your favorite cameo in This Is the End? I don't want to spoil it. Spoilers for the next 4 seconds. Put your earmuffs on. When I take them off, you can take yours off. You ready? Channing Tatum in This Is the End. Great. When he's a sex slave, good stuff. I'm sorry, I took my earmuffs off early. It doesn't matter. What do you think of the Bill and Ted franchise? Good stuff. Very early 90s. Actually, is the first one from the 80s? I don't know. Fun. It reminds me of I don't care if it came out in the late 80s. It reminds me of the early 90s. And just it's just so light and stupid and fun. That's what I like about it. Hey, John, what does the fox say? That song, no. I don't ever want to hear that again. Hey, John, if there was a giant spider that was about to knee height in your house, what would you do? I'd fight it till the death, but I'd make sure to record it because that'd be a viral video. And then it bites me in the neck and I die. But then I get superpowers, and then I start fighting crime. But what I don't know is this superpower I have is actually some kind of weird infection and I get a fever 3 days later and I die in a sewer. Still wearing the Ben Affleck jacket, come on. It's a lightweight track jacket. It's comfortable. You wear it around the house. It's soothing. It's comfortable. It feels good. It's silky. Have you ever seen Highlander? Yes. Hey, John, what do you think of Fight Club? I've answered that 100 times. I love the movie. Bob's Burgers, never seen it. Hey, John, what are your thoughts on the Rambo series and the upcoming TV show? I like Rambo 1 and all the other Rambos. Yeah, I did like the Rambo 2007 movie as well, where Stallone returns and he looks like a plump baked potato, but he looks kind of badass. I liked that one and the first one. Hey, John, in a debate, who would win, Morgan Freeman or Clint Eastwood? What are you doing, Zipperhead? My name is Morgan Freeman. I think Morgan Freeman would win just because his voice is so much more soothing to listen to. Do you watch Cinema Sins? Of course. Good stuff. You want to hear something about Cinema Sins? I actually, back in 2010, 11, I had the exact same idea. Literally the exact same idea. And the reason I didn't do it is because YouTube at the time were anal retentive about you can't upload copyrighted footage, which CinemaSins uploads 99.9% copyrighted footage. And yeah, they turn it into their own criticism. But back in the day, you couldn't even get away with that. It would just get flagged and you couldn't even do anything with it. So that's why I never, it wasn't, I can't take credit away from them because I don't think it would have been probably as good as theirs, but I did kind of have that idea a few years back. What are your thoughts on Italian horror? I like Italian spaghetti westerns better, I can tell you that. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Sergio Leone. Did I say his last name? Leone? I said Leone. Where did you get the Punisher t-shirt? I buy, well, a lot of my t-shirts now I just make myself because I make shirts that I want. But my other shirts I got, I think, Target or Sears. No, Kohl's. I got it from Kohl's. What are your thoughts on Jeremy John, Schmoes, Rallis, and yes, favorite Cameron Lights Jackson? Whatever the fuck his name is. Who cares about that little pile of shit? Yeah, I watch all of them. I really do. Schmoes, I met them in LA last January. Nice guys. Jeremy Johns, I met him. Nice guy. Hey, John, if someone said you're welcome to the Salty Spittoon, how tough are you? How would you reply? I'm the toughest. Shit. If I reply like that, I get fucking locked in the basement. I'm the toughest of the tough. Look me in the eyes and you'll never look away. I'm like beef jerky. You can chew me for hours and the taste will never leave your mouth. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. The Salty Spittoon. What camera and editing software do you use to make your videos, and what's your favorite movie? I use Pinnacle 14, 15, 16, something along there. It does what you want. It has all the effects I kind of need, even though it needs more audio timelines. We're going to talk about it for an hour if I jump into that, but it is glitchy. It is a pile of shit. It makes me want to punch myself in the head. Some nights I end up screaming. I go outside, I run around the house covered in Vaseline, I come back in a sweat. I lay here on the floor, and then I wake up 3 hours later and finish editing my videos. I can't recommend it. What else are we talking about? Oh, camera. I use a Vixia HF G10 Canon. Do you like Johnny Cash? I went down, down, down in the burning ring of fire. Yeah, of course, Johnny Cash, badass. John, if you could have two superheroes team up, who would their villain be? Well, let's not take the movie versions of either one of these, okay? Because I would like the more comical version. Let's take the Wolverine from the comics and team him up with like I'd like to see Batman. And the reason I say that is a lot of people, oh, Batman doesn't have superpowers. But the reason I want to see that is because I like fight scenes that are slightly more down to earth. Like if you have a guy flying around, laser beam shooting out of his eyes, it kind of just separates that from that reality that you can really dive into as a viewer, or at least in my opinion. So to see kind of like a more hand-to-hand combat situation where somebody can actually lose, that's what I find interesting. So you take those two, you put them up against. I like villains like the Juggernaut. I like those type of villains. But the Juggernaut, I don't. It just seems like those two guys could take him down too easily. Actually, I'd like to see Wolverine fight Bane. That'd be kind of cool. Hey John, if you were a zombie, who would you eat first? Probably myself. I get all hungry and I'm like, how the hell do I open this door to get out? And I just eat my own body. PS4, Xbox One, neither. John, this girl at my school said she would tie me up and fuck me if... You're scared? Go for it, man. Never say no. What's the best TV to buy? Samsung? Sony? I would say the best TV to buy is a Panasonic Plasma. That's the best TV to buy. But if you're not watching a lot of movies on it, you're kind of like a video gamer or a daily TV watcher, it really... I mean, I have a Vizio in my living room. It's a 50-inch Vizio, and I really have no problems with it. The HD looks crystal clear. I'm very picky when it comes to TVs, and that Vizio was a lot cheaper than a Sony, and it got everything's the same, pretty much. And when it comes to counting every little pixel on a screen, I'm that guy, and I've had no issues with that TV. Hey, John, do you have HBO? If you do, then you can go... I don't have HBO. I used to. I have DirecTV. And I don't want to pay for HBO. What's your favorite video game? Several. I'm a fan of the classics. I like Super Mario World. I like Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I like F-Zero. Rush 2 for N64. Epic. But I played Call of Duty in all those games, and Halo 2 multiplayer was one of my favorites to play, sitting there with 4 friends, just in lockout. Somebody has the shotgun, somebody has the plasma sword, and you guys are on teams together, and you're battling it out, and each of your friends are betting $5. You put the $5 in the hat. Whoever wins the match gets all the money. Those are some of the best days of my life, playing Halo 2 multiplayer at my friend's house. Crackdown. Now, Crackdown isn't replayable, but finding the orbs in Crackdown 1 and 2 took years off my life, but I found them. Hey John, did you see the Batcave replica on the TV show Comic Book Man? Yes, I did. It was really very, very neat. I'm jealous. If I had $100,000, I'd probably do it myself. I feel like I had a water bottle somewhere, and this one's empty. Oh well, we're gonna run till I pass out. So I just finished building a well down in my basement, but I'm having trouble deciding who to put in at first. I've narrowed it down to a bully for my childhood, assuming I could find him. Okay, then you ask another question here. What do you think of the high life while destroying the pensions of hardworking Americans? Your thoughts? Corporate America and Wall Street, yes, they are screwing over America. Obamacare scares me. You're forced to buy health insurance, but you only have so many select options you can buy. Kind of feels a little bit dictatorship-ish, I would say. It's kind of bullshit. And yeah, you got people making minimum wage still nowadays, while the CEO of the corporation makes a $13 million bonus at the end of the year. A $13 million bonus. I think it's bullshit. And I think America should have a revolution. Just imagine if 20,000 people stormed the White House. Now we're talking, I'm going to go to jail for treason. But yeah, that's what it needs. You need something like that. There's more of us than them. If we just said, no, fuck you, you can't do anything. And I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I basically just wanted to put together a terrorist group of 20,000 Americans, storm the White House, take it over, hold government for ransom until we get our way. What are your thoughts on the Basketball Diaries? That movie made me never want to do heroin. If you, your girlfriend, and Tiny Todd were characters in The Walking Dead, what would you do in the show, and how would we have all died in the show? I'd still be alive. I'm sorry. I think I could survive in the zombie apocalypse, because I'm not going to do what Rick's doing. I'm not, okay, let's do stupid decisions and invite all these old poor people in here just to be eaten alive. I'm not going to do that. I'm a lone survivor. I'm going to drive around in my Humvee and pillage and take what I need and survive. Plus, when I camp out, I'm actually going to put booby traps around my camp and maybe some spikes. And when I have a whole horde of zombies come up against my booby traps, I'm not going to sit out there with a poker and try to kill them. As you know, there's 50 of them out there and they tear down my fence. What I'm going to do before that is take my flamethrower and light them on fire, or else instead of poking them in the head one by one, talking about Walking Dead here, is I'm going to get my Humvee and just run over them for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go park it back and I'll be done. Could you guys notice the little rant I did about Walking Dead there? I like the show. Okay, so anyway, guys, I think that's going to wrap up all the questions for today. I think maybe in another, let's go like 3-4 days from now, because I feel like I owe you another Q&A. I'm going to answer more questions on the second part of this Q&A video that I did a couple weeks ago. So there's more questions coming, I assure you. And also ask more questions down below in this video. We will answer them next week in an all-new Q&A. And what else is there? I felt like there was something, a special, very important announcement I wanted to tell everyone out there. No, I'm talking out of my ass. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, ask anything and everything down below. And yeah, I have nothing to add to this. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.